Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Laney, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Laney's ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we give while we're working with her, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. And the correction that we give is a tug and let go on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Laney's been fitted with her own personal training collar, and we will show you how to properly put that collar on and use it during your one-on-one lesson. Now Laney is sitting very nicely on Fred's left-hand side, which is where all of our obedience training takes place. The first command that they're going to demonstrate for you is heeling, and heeling is proper walking on a leash. Fred and Laney take off doing that now, and the command that you're going to give is Laney heel, and you're going to start walking, and Laney should then fall in line, heeling appropriately on your left-hand side. She should be keeping pace with you at all times and not lagging behind or lunging ahead on that leash. If she is to do so, you tell her no, tug and release on that correction collar, and repeat the command to heel. We've also gone ahead and incorporated an automatic sit, and there's an example right there, and you'll see them throughout the video, which means anytime that you're out walking with Laney and you stop, she should sit nicely at your left heel position. Again, if she does not follow through and automatically sit, tell her no, tug and release on the training collar towards the rear, and give the command to sit. Now the next command they're going to demonstrate is the stay command, and it's a hand and voice command. Use the open flat of your left palm in front of her muzzle and the one-word command to stay, and walk out to the end of your training leash. And Laney should remain seated in this position and should not break. This is a command that you're going to want to practice very often with Laney to help build up her self-control and maturity skills to enable her to sit and stay for longer periods of time. And when practicing at home, start at about 30 seconds, and when she's showing continued success with her sit-stay for 30 seconds, increase your intervals over time, working up to a total of 3 minutes for your long sit-stay. When Fred returns back, he's going to walk all the way around behind in a counterclockwise motion, returning so that Laney is once again directly on his left-hand side, and he's going to give her a little pet there, and they're going to demonstrate their heel sit and stay again. It is very important to make this fun and motivating for Laney. Little hiccup there. But you want to make it fun and motivating for Laney, so you want to make sure you're using lots of positive reinforcement and verbal praise and physical praise while working her through her commands. And now they're going to demonstrate their recall or their come on command. You're going to call Laney in using her name in a happy tone. She should come in and sit. And then we return her to heel position by heeling her on the right side of us, returning her to our left side where she sits nicely in heel position. And they'll demonstrate that again. Leave her in a sit-stay, walk out to the end of your training leash, give her a moment to hold her sit-stay, call her in using her name in a friendly tone. She should get up, come in, and sit directly in front of you. Good girl. And around the back of you on your right-hand side, heeling to your left-hand side, sitting nicely. Good job, Laney. Now when Laney comes home, you want to make sure that you're practicing your commands with her both indoors as well as outdoors to generalize in both environments. And at first you're going to want to pick an area with little to no distractions, and once you feel comfortable working her through her commands and she's doing a great job transitioning with her commands back into the house, you want to make sure that you start to slowly introduce distractions. Now the next command they're going to demonstrate for you is the first of our down commands, and the first one's down from a heel position. Again, you're going to use the open flat of your left palm straight down towards the ground and the one-word command to down. Then give the stay command and walk out to the end of your training leash, and with the down stay, she should remain laying down. This is another command you're going to want to practice often to build up that ability to down stay for longer periods of time. And with this one, you start at 30 seconds, and again, with success, you'll increase your time intervals, working to a total of 5 minutes for your long down stay. And Fred returns back, walking all the way around once again. Good girl. We also recommend that although you're going to be using her commands with her throughout the day in your activities and in your schedule and generalizing them, you're going to also want to set aside about 10 to 15 minutes every day to work her through her commands in a formal obedience training session such as this video. It's great practice for the both of you and will help greatly with the transition back into the house with her new rules. So Fred went ahead and left her in another down stay. He'll give her a moment to hold it, and then they'll demonstrate that come command from the down position for you this time.
Laney, come.
She gets on up, comes in, gets some verbal praise, and then a little physical pet. Good, Laney. Now Fred and Laney have one last command to demonstrate, and that's the second of our down commands, the down from a distance. And for this command, what you're going to want to do is leave Laney in a sit stay and walk out to the end of the leash. And from the end of the leash, use your right hand to give her the down command, and she should go into her down right where she was sitting. Good girl. So we've demonstrated for you today all the obedience commands that Laney has learned here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Laney, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.